Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, better known as Great Millstone, who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. And just wanted to do a quick short video pertaining to this article I read the other night. And it entitles Inside Daniel Andrews' New Big Brother Style Data Agency He Tried to Keep Secret, as it watches every move of Victorians from how they spend their money to personal health records. All right. And for those of you who don't know, Daniel Andrews is the premier in Victoria, Australia. Okay. And this was put up on the 5th of June, 2022. Okay. And some quick points here in these bulletins down below. It says Victoria Premier Dan Andrews set up high-tech data agency during you know what. You see it there. And it also says Insights Victoria uses both publicly available data and sensitive information. Opposition Treasury spokesman David Davis said it was intrusive. Insights Victoria looked at how residents spent their money in social media, right? So before I go any further, I just want to go ahead and state for the record that as I'm going through this article and bring out a few precepts and be done with it, I have to be very careful on how I word certain words due to YouTube's algorithm. And I don't want them to pick up on, certain words that I say that could potentially have my video taken down and my channel suspended. So if you see, or not so much see, but if you sense and hear me say certain things in a subliminal way, it is because that I'm trying to keep from this video getting striked. All right. So I do apologize ahead of time. But let's have a little brief read of this article. It says Victorians are being monitored by a new secretive government agency which collates sensitive and private data and reports directly to Premier Daniel Andrews. It says the high-tech data agency was set up in August 2020 during the you know what, but will continue operating in a move the opposition says is deeply disturbing. Insights Victoria looked at how residents spent their money, their social media presence, and physical and mental health. The agency reportedly received $4.4 million in the latest Victorian state government budget and will continue report to the Premier, the Sunday Herald Sun reported. It's understood the agency uses publicly available information as well as sensitive data that is updated 7 days a week. Opposition Treasury spokesman David Davis compared the system to a dystopian society. All right. And if for those of you who don't know what a dystopian society is, the best movie I would recommend for you to watch is the movie titled Orwell's 1984. Go and watch it. It says in the new Insights Victoria with his intrusive and powerful deep dive IT system monitoring Victorians' every digital move across tabulating their personal information, Andrew has more power than Big Brother, Mr. Davis said. And for those of you who don't understand the phrase Big Brother, it's a very popular TV show out there in Australia where every year they showcase people that are selected to come into a house, and they have cameras set all up through the house. And it's like the one eye, which is called Big Brother. So they actually have eyes all throughout the house. So there's nothing that you can do to hide from Big Brother. And that's the society that's going to be given on a global scale. All right. So what I'll probably do is, if you guys want to read further into this, I'll definitely leave the article in the description box. But let's grab some precepts, right? Because this is the time, all right, that we're coming into. Let's start off. Actually, we're going to start off with Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, all right? Because at the end of the day, this is what, is this is what's coming, all right? Now, we'll start at 1, but the point is at verse 5. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Okay. And this is, us starting with the prophets and the apostles, bishops, teachers alike on down. Every day we're standing upon our watch. All right. We're standing upon the tower. Okay. Which represents, really the internet, because the internet is the thing where we get mostly all of our information and stuff, news, articles and everything else like that. And it says, verse 2, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, all right, that he may run that readeth it, right? That's why it says in Revelations chapter 1 and 3, right? Let's go to that real quick, and then we'll come back. Revelations 1 and 3 says what? Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Okay, and we're at that time right now. Going back to Habakkuk chapter 2, we'll read it again. Verse 2, it says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision. Because what's the vision? The vision is speaking right now, and make it plain upon tables. Okay, the tables is a representation of these scriptures, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Because you'll have individuals that say, where's your God at? Where's so-called Jesus Christ at? He ain't here. It's June. Ain't nothing happened. Okay. You guys are just conspiracy theorists, right? It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, right? Wait for it. So yeah, just because it's taking this, sweet, what time, okay, wait for it. Because what it goes on to say, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Verse 4, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Is speaking about the wicked, which we know that to be the Idumeans, right? Esau, Edom. It says, but the just shall live by faith. Okay. But here's the point, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. What does the wine represent? It represents different philosophies. Okay. He is a proud man, neither keep it at home. Right. Because he goes around, all right, using the sword, which the modern day sword will be his military arms, weaponry, and all of that sort. And he goes around and he conquers lands. All right. He goes in when he wants to take over a particular field, nation, or whatever. The first thing that they normally do is what? They demonize whoever's in office, whether that be a president or a prime minister. And then they try to they liberate the people by telling them they need a democratic run government. All right. And then what they do beyond to go further into there is, as prior to demonizing that particular prime minister or president, they'll get them out of office, and then they'll set up one of their own men just so that they can take over that part of the region. OK, and we see this happen time and time again. Right. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. That's the reason why they can never be satisfied. Mainly Babylon the Great, America, which sits on top, OK, of the beast, which represents the European Union and NATO. OK, but gathereth, here's the main point in this verse, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And how is he going to gather all nations and heaping unto him all people? By controlling them through this big brother high technology setup, which also goes into the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. All right. Those who will not take the, the MOTB, OK, will not be able to take part of society, because part of having that, OK, you're going to be primarily watched over. OK, let's grab that. Right. Revelations chapter 13. OK, straight to the point. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. OK, doesn't matter what status you are in this world, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see that? So, here I have, which I'm not going to play, because if I play this video, Okay, they're going to take it down. They're going to strike. But take note, World Government Summit by this individual, Dr. Pippa Malgren, who's an Economics Forum U.S. presidential advisor. And the title of it is Digital Currencies. Now, if you guys go and look this up, all right, and it's by this person's channel, High Corruption, just type this in, copy and paste this into your YouTube search and listen to what she talks about. And mainly what she says in her statement is the fact that they're on the brink of a new digital currency, which they're going to drop. They're going to drop the current currency that we have, which is the dollar. And what they're planning on doing is they're going to bring in and institute this global reset, which is going to include this digital currency, which they will be able to track you through anything. So there's nothing that you can do where they're not going to have tabs on what you're doing. Like, say, for instance, right now, money is moving loosely and, you know, they have no way of tracking that because you're dealing with cash, especially cash in hand. Well, they're going to do away with all that. So by them doing away with all of that, this current currency that they want to set up, they're going to have absolute power and control over what you spend, how you're spending it, what you're viewing. OK, what do you think on a day-to-day basis? All of that is coming. That's why. OK, going back to this article. All right. Victoria is just one of many states around the whole world who has this sort of technology already instituted. And you best believe Babylon and Great America, they're pushing it forward, too, as well, because they're a little bit behind the 8 ball with China. China already has it established and they call it the credit score system. Right. Which, if I was to look that up, which I'm not going to play it, but just to show you. Right. To show you that I'm not lying, I'm not reaching. There it is right there. First video that pops up. How does China's social credit system work? I advise everybody to go and watch that video. Also, another good one is the second video by NBC News. OK, that's another good one to go and look at. All right. And this is what they want on a global scale. See, everything that you guys are seeing that I'm bringing out all falls under to what Dr. Pippa Malgren is actually talking about. And they're not hiding it anymore. They're bringing it to the forefront. OK, so when going back, OK, this is part of that system. OK, because in order for you to be within this current society that they're trying to bring in, you're going to have to take something that's going to implant you. That's not so much implant. Let me say it again. It's going to plug you. That's a better term I'll use. It's going to plug you into the system. That way you can be tracked. And if you don't see it, then evidently, the Most High hasn't given you the spirit to see this, because you even got heathens that are not in the truth and they can see it. All right. So just to get back to the point, going back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, I want to read that again. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And this is how he's gathering all the nations together, okay, by putting them into a digital society where they're going to be totally watched over. Okay, this is the end game, right? But we know, all right, because even let's get, what do I want? Let's get Isaiah chapter 26 and verse actually 24 chapter. Isaiah chapter 24 verse 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Okay, this is why it says in the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter, Psalms 50 and 16, it says, but unto the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in my mouth? Because here it is, you know, they thrive upon, well, back then, okay, starting with the Renaissance period, they thrived upon using Christianity as a means, to set up, their rulership or whatever, or remind you. But now we're coming into that fourth industrial revolution to where they're now saying that, there is no power. They don't need no power, that we can become, gods of our own simply by plugging you into this system. OK, when you look up the means of people like, Klaus Schwab and his other little minion, I forget his name, but little minion that wears glasses that talks about, you don't need to believe in, the higher power, but, you can be the power by, inserting this technology that's going to be within you. And this is the narrative that's being pushed on all levels. And you can see that this man waxes proud. OK, because, you got to keep in mind, it's in the power. He's been given the power. Right. Remember, Job 9. Let's grab that real quick. OK, we bring that out time and time again. Right. Job 9 and verse 24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. See, the Most High put it in the hands of the Edomites. All right. To do wickedly. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? OK, so the main point is the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. OK, this is what you guys have to understand. All right. The Most High set Esau, Edom up. OK, but let's grab Daniel. And I'm just going through the spirit. I really didn't have any precepts backed up. Let's get Daniel 8. Right. Highlight this for y'all. Daniel 8 and verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Because going back to what Dr. Pippa Malgram said, all right, is the fact that by them setting up this digital currency, all right, you also have to take into account they just recently had a meeting about a week or 2 weeks ago in Geneva, all right, over there in Switzerland. OK, and they're trying to speed up the process to get their global reset, their one world government established. So they're making moves. All right. And as I brought out in Daniel, it is because through their policy, they're going to cause craft to prosper in their hand. OK, throwing out enchantments and everything. That's why they keep doing psyops. All right, on the side and bringing false flag events. All right, because a lot of what they're doing behind closed doors is coming out to the forefront. They're being exposed left, right, and center. Right. Another precept is Jeremiah chapter 49 to back that up, them being exposed. Verse 10, it says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. OK, this is the reason why. OK, all of these nations are starting to get mad and are turning against Babylon the Great. Right. Because he's being exposed on all levels. OK, because all these other heathen nations are seeing that, Babylon the Great is weak. OK, and that's why they're putting all of their trust into either Russia or China, because they're the next superpowers. So they think that are in line. But according to prophecy, Israel, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 9. Right. But let's read this again. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right. So this man is being found out on all levels through his wickedness. OK, this man can't be stopped. He's on a whole nother level. All right. So, also we can get Second Thessalonians chapter 2. Right. We'll start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. Okay, which that already happened to us, mainly started with the transatlantic slave trade when we fell away from our heritage. Okay, pertaining to Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, thou shalt discontinue from thine inheritance. Okay, and that man of sin be revealed, which he's being revealed now, the son of perdition. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Okay, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has certainly revealed the wicked to us during this time. That's how you know we at the end of this thing. Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So only Yahweh through his son Yahushua will let, okay, until he be taken out of the way. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, which he's being revealed now. Okay, Esau, Edom. Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Go and read it. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, because right now he's being consumed with the spirit of his mouth, starting with us, the prophets, the teachers, the apostles, the bishops, the elders, alike on down. Okay, that's how we're consuming this man, because we're bringing out this truth. We're bringing out this word. Okay, and then after we bring out this word, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's dealing with our big brother and Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So this particular man, okay, all the works that he's doing on the planet Earth is coming after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And this is why a lot of people get cross with us when we bring out information like this. They call us, conspiracy theorists. We don't know what we're talking about. We're reaching. Okay, we're just saying everything that we're saying to try to scare people. All right, it's the end of the world. You've been saying that for many decades. We're still here. We've heard it all before. What does it say in the very next verse, verse 11? And for this cause, because they didn't want to receive the truth, because they didn't want to believe who the wicked was. They didn't want to believe with everything that was going on. What does it say? And for this cause, the Most High shall send them, those people who didn't believe, strong delusion that they should believe a lie. This is the reason why, okay, your top leading officials, I'll just say that, okay, for the algorithm sense, your top leading officials, this is why they can put all these enchantments out, these witchcrafts through their speeches, so that you can be taken by the lies and the manipulation, okay, so that you can believe, okay, because they set up unrighteous decrees on the left-hand side. Let's grab that. That's in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter, right? Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1 says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, because, they're using, okay, their executive orders, whether it be through Congress or Parliament, to bring in all of these enactments, all right, pertaining to the law that they want to establish in order to get their one world government system set up. And it's all unrighteous decrees. OK, it's all unrighteous decrees. OK, and nobody is keeping an eye on what's really, being said, what's really going on. OK, everything that they're doing right up under everybody's nose. And this is why I said you got more heathens outside of you Israelites, you Jakes out there that know and understand what's coming and what's going on behind closed doors. But, Jake, people don't consider. Right. Let's grab that. right? Because Jay, he don't know it. Right? Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3, it says, the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib, but Israel do not know, my people do not consider. It says, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backward. And this is what they're doing now, because they do not understand. They don't know who they are as a people, and they don't consider the things that they do. That's why, when we try to come out and give this truth, 100% of it, they reject us because they're not trying to hear the prophets, right? Same book. Let's get Isaiah chapter 30, because this is what's coming. Isaiah chapter 30 says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. See, you're taking counsel by listening to your local top officials that's running the countries, right? Because you trust in this man's wicked system, and you're not trusting in the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So you're taking counsel of the Edomites, but not of the Most High. It says that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. OK, and what is that a representation of? Anything that your local top officials put out, that's the covering that you're covering, because you trust in this wicked system rather than trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So you take a covering, but you don't take that covering in the spirit and the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that they may add sin to sin, because, whatever they tell you to do, you go and do it. Or you need to take this in order to move around. So you go and take it, not knowing what it's going to do to you between 2 to 5 years later. Or in order for you to do this, you're going to have to receive this. Or if you want to leave the country, you're going to have to make sure you get ID'd with something. And because you've gotten, comfortable, you've gotten a little bit of that bag, you got a little career, you don't want to lose all of that. Not understanding that the scriptures made it very plain where it told us to be even as pilgrims on the planet Earth. And it also tells us in the scriptures to not only be as pilgrims, but this is not our rest. We're not here to chase a career or to sit there and to make this and to do this for our family. Now, by all means, you have to do what you have to do, all right, to keep it moving, to keep it pushing, to survive. But that's not the end all be all. You supposed to be seeking the kingdom to getting the hell up out of here. Verse 2, it says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. This is why all of y'all, once upon a time, all right, when Trump was in office, all right, you couldn't wait to get him out because your natural behind was pushing for Biden to come in. And now you see everything that this man has done, and has failed miserably. Here it is. You're still crying out for answers. The same person who said that something on the lines that if you don't vote, I'm guess he said for himself, or however he said it, you're not black. Those were his words. And you went and trusted and strengthened yourselves in the Pharaoh, because Sleepy Joe Biden is the modern day Pharaoh. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's why 2/3 of our people ain't going to make it. Watch what the Most High says in the very next verse, verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust and the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Why? Because we read it in 2 Thessalonians, all right? This man comes with all power, deceivableness, lying wonders to deceive them who love not the truth, roughly paraphrasing. So anything that these top local officials are going to put up to the masses of people, majority of our people, they're going to believe and take heed to what people like this person right here is saying, rather than taking heed to the word of the prophets. Right? Because we've been doing this. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilences. And we're doing the same thing right now. That's how you know the prophets are back again today. That's how you know, right? See Amos real quick. Amos chapter 3, verse 7 says, surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. That's why we are able to break these scriptures down and give the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. Because the prophets are back here again today, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. So that's all I pretty much wanted to get into. All right. Yeah. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, you guys got some edification out of this. All right. And you can see, okay, with a spiritual eye of what's actually happening. Okay. We're at the break of this thing, and this is going to come on a global scale. This, like I said, this is just one of many states around many different countries that already have this set up. All right. And make sure you go and look up this video of Dr. Pippa Malgram so you can get an understanding of what she says. It only goes for 1 minute and 46 seconds. Straight to the point. Straight to the point, man. So we at the end of this thing. So call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Radash. All right. The water Tawab. Shalom.